Yeah. It all started with two old friends, Kevin the drinker and Josh the thinker. Then we found ourselves a badass cherub. Let's talk about it.
Diabetes.
Nonsense, far right, getting strange. We said, you know what fixes this? A dose of common sense, man. Kevin got the jokes, Josh got the facts, calling out the bullshit no matter where it's at. Laughing through the madness, keeping it real. Turned a couple barstool talks into something people feel. Then along came Matt down the middle, dropping truth. Fact-checking machine in a cherub suit. Three regular guys trying to cut through the noise, bringing common sense back, girls and boys. This is the lost art of common sense.
We'll do it live.
Where the world went left, we said, here's the balance. From the bar stool to the microphone, we roast the crazy with the funky tone. Lost art of common sense. Hey, common sense. Hey. A little bit of reason in a world gone wild. Lost art of common sense. Put on that smile. Wherever it's made, government overreach, cancel culture lies, media spin and all the virtue signaling guys. Kevin's laughing, Josh is thinking, Matt's dropping knowledge bombs. Three regular dudes trying to keep the country calm. No script, no filter, just good old common sense. This conservative leaning show won't sit on the fence. Smile! Yeah, we started with two, now we got three. Spreading that red pill common sense like a funky decree. Doesn't matter where you're at, left, right, or in between. A little common sense will keep this country clean. This is the lost art of common sense. Kevin, Josh, and Matt, we're making it make sense. Turn the crazy down, turn the laughter up. This funky little show won't ever let you give up. Lost art of common sense. Hey, common sense. We're bringing it back, one episode at a time. The lost art of common sense. Y'all know the vibe! Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door. Clear the cobwebs between your ears and have a rationalish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense. Look around you. We live in a world obsessed with noise, swapping our free will for a glass screen and a temporary hit of dopamine. We are the only creatures on this planet that can look at the stars and ask, why am I here? 8 billion people, running on autopilot, consuming the script, believing the narrative. But beneath the surface lies something far deeper. The ultimate frontier. The spark of awareness that makes you, you. What is human consciousness? Are we just biological machines processing data? Or are we the observers holding reality together? It's time to step out of the herd. It's time to wake up. This is the lost art of common sense.
And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Matt.
And this is the lost art of common sense, where the production value way outdoes the actual talent.
Yeah.
Good job, Josh Nolan.
Like always, thank you, Matt. I thought you would enjoy that. It's very cinematographic.
I like how you made me skinny, and that made me feel good.
That was actually brought up by someone. It's like, I noticed Kevin's skinny in a lot of stuff. I'm like, yeah, AI, it lies. It lies. It always lies. But like always, our show, this episode is brought to you by our merch shop. So buy our shit, link in the description below.
Buy our shit.
So I wanted to talk about consciousness this week. Apparently, Kevin has no idea what the hell that is. I'm not sure about Matt.
I know what it is.
He's unconscious a lot, so it's fine.
He assumed the consciousness is that voice in his head that makes him do stuff that makes him regret
The multiple
his life.
voices. Let's not say it's just one.
But yeah, so there is some information. Again, I'm going to do this as where I'm going to read the whole thing and then expound on it after. I don't think there's many multi-questions.
All right, Matt. We can get mini Matt naps in.
No. Matt's just going to get angry and be like, I didn't hear any of that shit. I stopped listening after you said the.
Pretty much.
But we'll get into it. And since Kevin has no idea what the hell we're talking about, we'll go to him first.
Perfect.
The smartphone versus the dog. If we look at a modern smartphone, it can calculate faster than a human, recognize faces, and translate languages instantly. But is it awake? A dog can't do algebra, but it clearly expresses joy, pain, and loyalty. What is the missing ingredient that gives the biological creature subjective experience while a hyper-advanced machine is just a dead calculator?
It's in the title of the show. It's the knowing of...
Thank you.
No, it's the knowing of self. It's the knowing of you're alive. You're a part of the universe. You're, you know that you're going to die. You know that, you know what yourself is. It's the sense of self. That's what consciousness is. When a dog barks at itself in the mirror because it doesn't know that that's what it is. I mean, that's kind of, it doesn't know, an animal doesn't know it's going to die someday. It exists. It just feeds off its basic instincts. And I mean, as far as we know, animals don't know what self is.
Well, apparently they don't know. They don't have a concept of time.
I think dolphins have some kind of...
No, dolphins, and there's a couple apes and chimps that actually have, like, there's multi-tiers of consciousness, and they're, like, above standard, like, normal animals, but below.
What was that gorilla with Robin Williams? It was, like, the smartest fucking gorilla ever.
Was it a real gorilla?
Yes. The real one when Robin Williams, like, was obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember the apes.
I don't know.
They are part of a higher tier of consciousness, though.
I thought you were talking about Caesar from the...
No.
Yeah, that guy was just... he took his consciousness and
Planet of
became
the
a
Apes.
huge dick.
Yeah, on the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So, there's so many monkeys in California, by the way.
So many monkeys. Where are there monkeys? So racist.
Many gorillas and...
Racist.
Damn it, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised if...
They're racist.
I wouldn't be surprised
damn,
if octopus and squid were on that too. I don't know how they would test
Octopus?
that, but they are actually good problem solvers and pretty.
Yeah,
intelligent,
they're
so.
also aliens.
Aliens.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why there was that talking
Matt?
one.
Would you like to answer the question? Why is a dog and calculator?
How is a dog and a calculator different?
Yeah, well, from us.
Yeah. I mean, it's soul. It has to have a soul, and dogs do. But I mean, really, the difference between like animals and like a calculator is animal knows when it's being heard. If I drop my phone on the floor or kick it or something, it ain't gonna know. If I do an abominable thing and kick a dog, it's gonna know. It's gonna be hurt and it's gonna be angry, so it can experience stuff. But as far as the difference from us, just the higher intelligence, I guess, of our species. Again, our soul, and just kind of what you said, knowing that we are, being aware, being more self-aware than animals, even though they are, and they have to obviously know what they're doing and be able to feed and live and do everything else. But I just don't think they care. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm a fucking animal. I need to do this. This is my job. This is what I'm doing. And then whatever else, I don't care who I am, or they have no thought or worry about what's going on outside of their life.
Yeah.
Josh, would you like to answer your question?
Well, I think because you can get, like, we have AI now that kind of mimics humanity as far as like the conversation AI bot, stuff like that. But like what Matt was saying, apparently there's some neuroscience or something, but he says every living thing has some level of a soul. And he puts that to everything. Every biological living thing, from plants to animals, has some layer of soul. And even though there's a tiered consciousness in nature, we're the only species on the planet that has a spiritual soul, as far as like, because like, I'm not sure, like, so like if you have a dog and it messes up, the dog will act like it feels bad, but it doesn't feel bad because of what it did. It feels bad because of the reaction it's getting from you.
Yeah.
That's why the whole like
if your dog poops in the basement and you shove its face in the poop, it knows it did bad. It's gonna fucking do it again.
Yeah, because it does not attach the nose to the shit because he shit on the floor. He just thinks you're an asshole and you just rubbed his face and shit.
Well, it keeps doing it. You're gonna keep doing it.
But yeah, and I don't know if there'll ever be a time where, I don't know how a machine could develop even a super intelligent, self-aware machine. I mean, because that would be the thing. So is self-awareness what creates the soul?
No. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like with machines, I mean, we've built machines that can beat chess players and that can throw bowling balls. You put in a specific trajectory, it can throw a bowling ball how it's supposed to be thrown every time, but it doesn't know what it's doing. It just knows what it's being told to do. And it does it. It's not aware of what it's doing. Like a dog, you teach it how to do something, it's going to be aware, but it's not. It just is aware of like the reward it's going to get for doing that thing.
Yeah. You're born with the soul. You can't be created with the soul. I mean,
well,
like we can't create
with the soul.
We can't create a soul.
No, that makes sense.
What was that Robin Williams movie, Bicentennial Man?
Yes, that was a good movie.
A lot of Robin Williams fucking.
Yeah, hey, he got around, man. He got around.
That's man. 2 in 1 question.
And he was in a Nolan movie, so there's another one.
And he plays a really good psychopath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost better than his comedic ones, like that.
Yeah.
Something about
1
photos
hour.
Or 1
hour photo.
He could do everything. He could do everything. Insomnia. With Al Pacino.
Yep, that was a good one.
That was another good one. So.
Yeah, he could do everything. Anyway, sorry, off topic.
That's what we do on the show, Matt. That's what we do. So to you on the second question, the tap of default mode. So we actually possess, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, tertiary consciousness, the elite ability to think about our own thinking, contemplate our morality, and plan for the future. Yet most people spend their lives on autopilot, glued to dopamine loops on their phones, Why do humans so easily trade away the highest level of consciousness on the planet for mindless distractions? Because you think about it. I mean, just think about when you're walking in town or even if you're at a stoplight. And I always like, no one is that freaking important that at every stoplight, the first thing they do, I better check to see if anybody likes me. Oh, they don't. Maybe at the next stoplight.
No one does.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because, I mean, with the growth of technology and like we're so used to just looking at everything, we want to get away from our everyday lives, and we just kind of want to get away from that for a while. So we just get on TikTok or Facebook for hours at a time or whatever, and just kind of kill our brains.
I think it's kind of like a drug.
Yeah, kind of, and you get kind of addicted to it. I mean, there are some nights that I'll just be hanging out and I'll be like, oh, look at a couple of things on TikTok, and the next thing you know, I'm sending you guys about 10 different videos
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I don't think I did that, but
It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
it might have been, yeah.
That's where Matt does his best work.
Yeah. When I can't sleep, when I have insomnia, I go on TikTok and then I send you videos. Like, oh, look what I found. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just we're not trying to think that deeply or whatever into our lives. We're just trying to kind of exist, get through everything, and get away from our lives for a little bit because we have to work all day and we have to actually live. And they're like, okay, I'm done with this. This is too much brain work. I'm going to go rot my brain more on fucking social media. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'd say that's pretty accurate. It's easier to swipe on an app than to do any self-reflection or, whatever. I mean, what do you think, Kevin? Have you ever done, like I said at the beginning, as far as we have this innate ability to actually do introspection, to look at ourselves and like kind of try to understand like, okay, well, why do I think that? Or why do I act this way in this situation? But people choose not to do any type of, self-inflection and learn about themselves. They just coast through life. And incidentally, I'm just going to add the stat. So you know how Bernie Mesminoff, and they said 40% of the population, it's like 70 to 80% of all people will literally believe the shit they're told. It just might not be from the same source.
Yeah.
But like that large of the population is like brand loyal.
Yep. One thing I wanted to say right at the beginning is I think it's tertiary.
I don't know. Never said it.
Strategery.
Strategery. What kind of strategery?
I didn't say that. I said tertiary.
I know. I'm making a joke.
Tertiary.
No, I know what you're thinking of, Matt.
Yes.
I don't know. I think people find it easier to peep on other things than actually delve into themselves. I think the fact that
Matt's looking up the phonetic pronunciation of the word that I slaughtered, and you pointed out that I'm dumb and don't know how to pronounce, which I appreciate.
I think it's just easier not to look in. Some people don't want to. Some people lives suck, and they just don't want to see why it doesn't. They don't want to know why their life. They'd rather be controlled or know that they're being controlled than to know that their lives suck because of themselves. So it's easier to blame others. Let's say whatever administration's in office right now, whatever government, person, whatever, the police, everybody's holding you back but yourself. It's easier to blame others. It's easier to agree with people who also agree the same way you do. You get in that echo chamber. You want to say something edgy. You want those likes. You want that dopamine level so you can be validated on knowing your life doesn't suck because of you, but because of other people. And that's, I think, the main reason people are on their phones. Some of it's for family, some of it's for friends, obviously, but most of it's for bullshit social media.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, and like, we're like that too. We're like the reason why this show isn't the number one podcast in the country is because it's not us and our lack of ability to be entertaining. It's that people don't like, share, and subscribe and comment below.
Yeah, you guys are fucking pushing like on
Me
fucking
too.
bikini clad women, but you won't push likes on.
You want to know for a
fat
little bit of
dudes.
this?
Do I need to be in a bikini? Do I need to get down to
Put on the cherub costume, man.
Yeah.
Let's get
I'm gonna have
this
to cover up
going.
My cherub outfit.
Let's rub some butter and see what happens.
We're going to do the live action version of that lead in. We just got to find a bunch of little people willing to stand behind Matt while he lathers up with butter.
And in some states, you have to click a thing that says you are 18 before you can view our show.
Why is there a filter? Because I love my butter.
It's filtered until you say yes.
You
I'm
want the
18.
video blurred out or no?
Did you figure out the proper pronunciation of the word I cannot say?
I did, and I had to do a double take on it. It's tertiary.
Tertiary.
That actually sounds like a...
I've actually heard that word before. So
Yeah. And you know what?
It's another way of saying third in importance.
You know what's funny?
we
It
were
doesn't
both
look
wrong.
anything like that, and that's why
No.
sometimes words are dumb.
Words
For
are
tertiary.
Do a
dumb.
double take. I was like, wait a minute.
I've heard
Yeah,
that
yeah,
word,
kinda
but I
makes
didn't know
sense, yeah.
this. I didn't know that's how you spell it.
Yeah, I've heard it, never read it.
Why is
But I've learned something on this show today.
why does a TI
Tertiary.
make a
She
SH sound?
That's a good question. Ask the assholes that came up with the rules of grammar.
There is no rules in grammar, and that's the fucking problem.
That's true.
That's the American pronunciation, by the way, according to Google.
Have either one of you guys ever done any things like that, like thought experiments or self-evaluation?
I try to evaluate
cool.
myself every day.
Why you're just so cool.
Why am I a dumbass?
Yeah, I say that all the time.
That's me.
Why
That's
am I
me,
so
not to
fucking
you,
dumb?
sorry.
No,
Not to you, sorry.
that I do that all the time, Matt. Yeah. Why am
do
I a
feel that
dumbass?
life?
Every morning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every morning.
Ah.
Well,
Get out of bed, and I'm like, you are a dumbass.
I do a lot of that stuff. I personally do a lot of that stuff. I wanted to do a brain mapping blueprint thing where you go through all your life stories, your reactions to it, and then kind of see where your mind lines
Tertiary.
up.
Fuck.
Tertiary.
That did not look like the word tertiary. If I was,
But just saying it correctly actually makes me feel smarter. Tertiary. That's a smart person word.
it makes me hate English more.
It makes
That's
my
what-
collar a little lighter blue. Tapping on white. Just saying. Fancy.
I don't know.
All right, well, let's go to the tertiary question for Kevin. Get it? Third.
Third.
You'd almost think we had this planned out, but we're not that smart.
We're not that clever.
The evolutionary paradox. Evolution is supposed to select for traits that help us survive, but our hyperconsciousness gives us existential dread, deep anxiety, depression, and the ability to sacrifice our lives for abstract ideas like flags and a political ideology. Is our high level of consciousness a true evolutionary superpower, or is it a double-edged sword that can easily become self-destructive?
Both. I mean, it is.
I don't like how you take my long-ass questions and boil it down to one word.
I mean, that's the answer. It is both. It's evolution superpower because we create, we invent, we created where we can actually process food. We can, we don't have to hunt anymore. We can, we made animals. We have farm animals. We, we did all this. Our brains
make animals.
made it so I can talk to you over a computer. I mean, but
Not
also,
our brains, but
no, not our brains, but human brains. So evolutionary, it's evolution that did it.
My brain works good.
Well, again, not ours.
Brain.
we're not the
Ours-
ones rolling the rock forward.
Ours are broken. Somebody's brain works good to where I can talk to you guys on the internet. I figured out how to put my face on the internet. You guys just happened to stumble by. Thank you for joining me. Uh,
Now, like, share, subscribe, and comment.
but is it a double-edged sword? Yeah, because you do have that dread. You do think of the bad shit. You do think about all the shit that goes wrong in your life. You do all that, and I think we are one of very few, if maybe 3 other animals, 5. I don't know how many. I really don't. I don't know why I said 3 first. That will
Mr.
commit
Tertiary.
suicide. That commits suicide. That's not involving like rabies or something. I think that we do it voluntarily. That we, I mean, Canada, the government allows you to do it legally. It's fucking crazy. But I mean, no one's life should be that bad that they have to kill themselves, but people do all the time. And it's like 50% of the gun deaths in America every year are because of suicides. That's not saying everything else, and it's a sad stat. But I mean, it is because our consciousness, our brains, our level of depression that we can go through, our level of dread, our level of disappointment that we think we cause people when it's more in your head than anything. Medication can help it, but it doesn't cure it or hurt it. So it's a double-edged sword. It can create great things. It can also make you feel like a big pile of shit. So yeah, it's both.
What do you think, Matt?
Self-reflection. With too much self-reflection, it can make you depressed. And
Yeah, get on that phone.
That's only if you're a schmuck. My self-reflection has made me feel like a pretty awesome person. Of course, I'm the one who fed in information, so it might have been a little biased. So there's this one time.
That's called an ego. I don't know if you got to that or not, but
I don't actually. Supposedly, according to AI, I don't have an ego.
Hey,
How'd you like? There was this one time I was walking down the street and 30 ninjas jumped out and attacked me, and I subdued all of them. Explain my reaction at that time. And it just told me to fuck off. Just knew I was lying. I was like, well, I appreciate the candor and the honesty.
Matt, what's your thing?
And you are right. I think, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, it can become self-destructive, just because our brain's so powerful and we don't know how to properly use it. Most of us don't know how to use our brains in the way that it's intended, to our full potential. So it just gets bored, and then the more it gets on social media, or just kind of drains itself in monotonous crap, instead of strengthening it, it can lead to depression. It can lead to bad thoughts. It can lead to all this negativity. So we have to try to do everything we can to stay positive and actually make a difference.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you kind of tapped on something as far as being bored, not really in the questions, but this kind of alludes to it. Stats show that the level of depression in the United States is actually like quite a bit higher than a lot of third world countries. Do you think that the mind requires a certain, and I'll pose this to you first, Matt, a certain amount of, I wouldn't necessarily say struggle, but kind of like when people get older and they retire and they lose purpose. Like if all your needs are met, you have time to sit around and think about all the things you want that you don't have, and or like this person looks like versus what I look like, and it can lead to depression. I mean, do you think that's part of that shitty side of the sword?
Yeah, absolutely. And then also another thing is when you're not able to do stuff as you grow older and everything. A great example is my dad. My dad's been a carpenter pretty much since he was 5. And he's always been active and he does everything himself. And then he recently had some medical stuff go on, a heart attack. And for a while he wasn't able to do anything, and he would get so depressed and he'd just get pissed off all the time. And it those are better others and use our brain, then a lot of negativity.
What do you think, Kevin? You agree?
Yeah, I do. I think you need to keep stimulated, whether it's exercise or let's say you have a hobby. If you're just sitting in front of a screen and it's in front of a TV or your phone all day or whatever, you're going to get depressed, especially your phone, because it's going to be full of negative shit, because that's what social media is full of anymore. So you're just going to feel more and more depressed anyways. Like Matt was saying, if you can't do anything, like let's say you're disabled, you're like whatever else, you still need to stimulate your mind. Not an unstimulated mind will go into dark places, and that's what it does. It starts thinking you're useless, you're not worth living. You know, you're a drain on people, stuff like that. So you need to keep stimulated. You need to keep your mind active. You need to keep your body active. As fat as we are, I mean, I feel
Still
like
kinda limberish,
we
you know?
we all either have hobbies or we do kind of do physical stuff. We whatever, do outdoor shit. We keep ourselves stimulated. So
Awesome, boy.
that'd be my thing, is just keep yourself stimulated. Have a hobby, and hobbies cure depression.
Yeah, I think like good levels of, because like you said, like stimulation, you can get stimulation from your phone, but it's shitty. You need something that's kind of rewarding or challenging in a sense, and it's not playing a stupid game on your phone. Like start a podcast,
learn
do
something,
whatever.
read something, do whatever.
I mean, look at Matt. He doesn't just watch a movie; he analyzes why. I don't know if you've always done that, but like that's not just watching a movie. That you're active. Your brain is actively doing something while you're watching it.
When I was a kid, I would do the same thing, and like my parents and my uncle like would give me movies, and he'd be like, "What are you doing? You're a kid. Enjoy them." It's like, I am, but I can't help it. That's how my brain works.
I am, but the story arc in this movie sucks.
Hold on, that chick's a mermaid. How?
What the fuck is that?
And does anybody
crab
have
is
any
talking.
pocket change?
Yeah.
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 You know what I'm talking about.
I get you.
All right.
That's a Twitch meter comment.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think as long as it's productive stuff, and I don't know why. I mean, I get sucked into it because my problem is, and I think they do this shit on purpose, I hate the red notification dots on my phone. So that's why I'm always logging into Facebook, because it always comes some bullshit notification because I want to clear it off, and then I'll notice myself skimming through fucking reels. I'm like, nope. So then you almost just have to put your phone down.
Yep.
Matt, we'll let you dive into question 4 because we know you're the smart one of the group.
I'll be right back. So I read this
boy.
one.
While Kevin goes, and
Sorry, I gotta do something real quick.
Quantum of Solace.
we know what he's going to do. He's going to go pitch a
Go
loaf.
poop.
That's the wrong one. We need this one. Here we go. Don't worry about your thing. So, yeah, if a tree falls, the quantum angle. Quantum mechanics show that subatomic particles exist as waves of mere probability until a conscious observer looks at them. If every conscious being, humans, animals, everything, vanishes from the universe tomorrow, does the physical universe actually exist, or does reality require a conscious mind to hold it together? This is more of a philosophical question.
That's a lot. Yeah, we're getting a little deep for the show.
I know. This is a cool topic, and I wanted to delve into all the...
Quantum mechanics shows subatomic particles. I mean, it's still there.
He's reading question 4 because it's very technical. You have to read it. I'm not rereading it for you, Kevin. I do it for Mappin, not you.
If every single thing vanished, I mean, it would exist, but there'd be nothing
Touch his little...
there.
Hmm.
There's nothing there.
Well, no, that's
don't
like
understand.
if all conscious beings capable of observing the surroundings disappeared, would the universe actually be there? It's kind of like that.
Oh, conscious beings. Okay.
Peck are you touching?
That's not what this question says. But anyway,
I mean, a little bit.
I mean, if everything in the world disappeared, all animals and people and whatever, yeah, I mean, the world would still be here. We wouldn't know about it, but it would still be here. It's just like another planet outside of our solar system. It's there. We just don't know about it.
But is it?
It is.
It kind of jumps into that.
If it is, it is.
Weird augmented reality thing, like the whole simulation thing where none of us actually exist unless we're in contact with each other as far as in our little simulation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if you didn't observe it, like, because before we were born, the world didn't exist to us.
Yeah.
We're told it existed. There's like that thing that says you could literally be playing Groundhog Day every single day of your life and not know it. Like you could literally be running the same day every day and not know it.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Hopefully it's a better day than today.
Kind of like Dark City. I know I've been stuck on this
That
crappy
guy
day
sucked.
for so many days. Shitty. I'm gonna get stuck on a good one. What do you think, Kevin? We've talked about the wave particle.
Does it require conscious mind to hold? Yes. The universe doesn't exist unless somebody can observe it or something can observe it.
That's actually a theory.
Yeah, I don't think it can. I don't think it exists unless a conscious mind can observe it. It's nothing. Right now, Mars is nothing. I mean, somebody's probably observing it, but I'm not. So, I mean, let's say a distant star on the unobservable universe. Like, I think we can only see like 6% of the universe, if even that, or 2%, or less than 1% of the universe. The rest of it doesn't, unless something else is observing it, I guess. It doesn't exist.
You know who we need to ask that question to? McConaughey. So we need to get McConaughey on here and ask him these really deep, crazy questions.
I can only
I just
imagine
don't.
how long it would take him to answer that with how slow and drawn out he talks.
I just don't think he'll be on the show.
He might.
You just give him tickets to a Texas Longhorn thing.
Yeah, I'm not bribing him to be on here.
For some reason,
He can get in for free. What am I talking about?
he was a pretty big fan of Amarillo for a while. Like, he apparently has shown up at the Golden Light on 6th Avenue a couple times.
You should text him or not
Hey,
text
next
him.
time
so
you're
you
in
don't.
Amarillo, come on over.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
go to
come on
Golden
over.
Light every night getting hammered. You're like, hey, I know you. I saw you in that one movie, and you were great. A little pervy.
All right,
You were
all right,
great.
all right.
All right.
I can only imagine how many fuckers come up and do that. No, but seriously, after you're done punching me in the face, you want to be on my show?
Yeah.
Now,
You might though.
that actually question kind of formulated from a discussion I was having, I think with Grok, and it was kind of a gotcha question because it explains, like, it was explaining kind of when I was preparing for perceived reality and stuff like that, and I gave it because he's like, oh no, there's functional truth, because I know functional truth, and I'm like, or whatever, actual truth, or forgot the term for it, but I was like, well, yeah, but that's just based on what you've been told. If nobody was there to observe the truth for you, would you even know what it is or what reality is? Like, whatever I did you could theoretically either cause a self-destructive thought loop, or they would have to lobotomize that part of their programming to get rid of it.
Mm.
That's kind of the deep, stupid conversations I have with AI chatbots.
Weird.
But yeah, I mean, that's just it. Does something exist if something's not there to observe it? And if something's not there, is that something God or something like that, or we don't know? Did energy field?
Here's the thing. I'm not observing it, so I have no fucking clue.
Exactly. So to
I don't
you,
care. I have no fucking.
it doesn't
care.
exist. Well, that makes sense.
I think that was my first F-bomb, so you're welcome.
Well, you're welcome. I dropped one. Well, I dropped
20
an audio
minutes.
file at the very beginning. Yeah.
It's almost 40 minutes in.
Good for you, Kevin. I know
You're
you can
welcome,
make
America.
Yeah.
it. Back
Watching my
over
mouth.
to Kevin for the lead. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier, where I was actually kind of surprised at this stat. But breaking the script, the herd versus the individual. Why is that roughly 70% of the population seems hardwired to blindly follow authority, mass media, and the powers that be, while a smaller percentage has a fierce internal drive for autonomy and critical thinking? Is this a gap result of mental laziness, or are some people's brains fundamentally wired differently when it comes to conscious awareness? Because I think in order to question stuff, you have to be conscious of what's going on around you?
It's
think
called simulation theory.
Yeah.
It's my turn, Matt.
Go ahead. Go for it.
They're NPCs. We're real. Yeah, that's
I will give
how
you another.
that's how I feel about it. If you're going to blindly follow something, that's just fucking stupid. If you're not going to question anything, I think that's what an NPC does in a video game. They just do their thing. They just blindly follow. They have no bearing on the game other than you ride past them on your horse or whatever. Let's say Red
They
Dead.
get in
Red
your
Dead Redemption.
fucking way, slow you down,
Yeah,
and get you shot.
exactly.
Fucking
So-
NPCs. Sorry.
Non-playable characters or player, it's the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
Chad
NPC
Jeets and his
non-playable.
semantics.
I mean, that's what an NPC is, non-playable characters. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They're just people that are there to get in your way, to be an obstruction, I guess.
and in some cases, they were real. They were once were real people, real things, and then the society just messed with their minds, and now they're NPCs in a game.
Do you think that is what it
Dungeon
is?
crawler car.
Let's go back to consciousness. I don't think you can be a blind follower if you're conscious. I just don't. I think your
you
conscious
can.
mind would have to be somebody that would have some kind of critical thought, I think. That's how I would define it. You have critical thought. You have critical reasoning. You don't have critical reasoning or critical thought if you're just going to blindly follow something. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, man, I think you were talking shit, but what you said kind of made sense, though. Do you think? Because I know I would think that you're not part of the 70% just because of actually the way you watch movies. That to me would be a kind of a key factor to that.
blindly follow. Yeah, I don't blindly follow.
But were you surprised at that percentage? And you said something as far as like life basically beat them into the NPC mindset. Do you think that that's actually could be kind of a thing?
I do. I think enough things happen, or you aren't brought up right, or if you are brought up just differently, and you don't have someone to learn from or follow or teach you stuff, I think you will follow whoever you think is worth following, or you'll follow someone who, how am I trying to say this? You don't even have to agree with them right away. It's just enough people do. So you're like, oh, I'm going to follow them. I'm going to do whatever they say is awesome and is scripture. But yeah, I think if enough things happen to you, or if you're not around people that can help you and show you and teach you, and you can't think for yourself, then yeah, you're an NPC. You just go through life as an NPC. You just do as you're told and do what you're told to think and kind of go at it.
That might be why the three of us are on the show, Matt, because we're always like, what? I'm going to have to serve you up a nice, healthy slice of go fuck yourself pie.
And a little common sense on this side.
Just a little common sense. I'm not going to lie. I was surprised at the number, the 70%.
Oh, absolutely.
That surprised me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The 40% kind of made more sense when you look around, but then when you think about it, like, it doesn't matter on what side of the political aisle people are on. A lot of them follow blindly whatever they're told.
Oh, absolutely.
And don't question stuff. And I'm not talking about independents or conscious thinkers. I think a lot of independents are possibly people that lack gumption, personally. And they're like, oh, what should I do? Because like a lot of times, because when you talk to an independent, what they're voting for something trivial that's never going to happen. Like the new candy vending machine in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Ice cream every day after class.
Paid for by your tax dollars. Matt, back over to you. Danger of my truth. We recently talked about perceived reality and how everyone's brain constructs their own version of truth. But when society abandons a shared objective blueprint of reality in favor of individual personal truths, does that expand our consciousness, or does it just fracture our ability to cooperate and survive as a tribe?
I think it depends who you are as a person. Because if you're just a dipshit, you're going to be like, oh, this is my truth. I don't give a shit about what you're saying. I don't care what you think. This is what I think. This is going to be my truth, even though everybody else knows that it's just not true. It's just what they're going with and what they're convincing themselves is the truth, just so they can be happier, I guess, or think of themselves in a better light. Or if they were really truthful with themselves, it wouldn't be. I don't know if that's where you're going with this question, but
I'm going wherever it takes you, buddy. Wherever it takes you.
Let that river flow, buddy. Just flow down it.
We'll ride this train together.
But then I also think that everybody, I mean, yeah, you have to have, in a way, you have to have your own truth. You can't, it kind of leads into the last question, is you can't be a follower, a blind follower every time. You got to think for yourself and figure out what you think is right and just stick with it no matter what. You got to be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what I figured out. I'm not blindly following it, but this is what I think. So just kind of go at it, but don't be a dumbass about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Kevin, what do you think?
Is it your truth, or is it somebody told you it's your truth? It depends how it is. My truth is, maybe I feel,
skinny.
red.
It's a lie.
Red is the best color in the world. That's, it's my favorite color. That's my truth. I mean, and the number 10 is the best number. Those are both favorite things. My truth also says that a man's a man and a woman's a woman. These are my truth. Abortion is wrong. That's my truth. My truth is built on my morals. My truth isn't built on somebody else's stance on a social justice thing. It's built on what I actually think. If your truth is because you want to perceive as a better person than not, it's not an actual truth, but you just want to it's for the society to judge you. It's not like, if you're worried about how society's going to judge you, that's not your truth. That's your submission. Other than, your truth should be what your morals say it is. That's your truth. So if your morals say, hey, I feel like I'm a woman when I'm a dude, then so be it. But you shouldn't have to convince others to believe your truth. It's your truth, not others' truths. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and that makes sense, Kevin. And the funny thing is everything that we perceive, and that's why what annoys me about my truth, that is a 100% real thing to every person, because you perceive reality as your brain interprets it for you. Everything that you're seeing real time is a prediction model that your brain does. It's into the microseconds, but your brain predicts everything from what you hear, what you see, everything. If you were trying to live process everything, by the time you saw something, heard something, and your brain processed that sound, and then you registered it in your consciousness, you would be running into shit. You can never clap along with a beat. Your brain predicts everything that you sense, everything, because there's that processing time of the signal going to your brain. And a lot of times when something really, like, say something happens that really throws you off, it's because your brain predicted incorrectly. And then it was faced with real reality. And what annoys me is, it is my truth, because your truth is based on your perception of reality, but they've taken that term, or created the term, and made it about shit that, like, isn't a truth. It's like, this is what I want to be, so it's my truth and you need to believe it. And that's what kind of annoys me about that. And incidentally, people like us way back in the day of actual, like, tribes and stuff would probably be dead. because one of the reasons why humanity was able to, supposedly, if you go back and exceed and expand like we did, is because we worked together as a tribe, and individual thinkers were normally cast out. If you weren't the leader of the tribe and you're an individual thinker, you just got kicked out. You either starved, got killed, whatever. So the affluentness of the United States and the freedoms we have allows us to do this and not actually have to, as long as you're not, actively working with other countries like certain mayors, I'm not going to name any names, you can be an individual and stand out. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And for the last question, I give to you, Kevin, because it's the longest, and I know you love the sound of my voice. And
My God.
You're welcome.
Just wake me up when it's done.
Nope, you're going to listen to every word. The source of the signal. Material science claims the brain creates consciousness through chemical reactions like steam off a boiling pot. The alternative view is that the brain is a receiver like a radio tuning into a consciousness that already exists in the universe or comes from the creator. Based on your own life experiences, does it feel like your consciousness is generated by your flesh and bone, or does it feel like something deeper inhabiting your body?
The soul.
That's not really the answer.
Yeah, it's coming from your soul. That's what consciousness comes from. That it's your soul. It was created by the creator, but it's yours. You have free will. You're able to control how your life is. Is it coming from the creator? No, he's not telling me what to do, but he's giving me choices and stuff to do to go from. It's my decision how to do anything. What shoe to tie first? What step? Do I start with my left foot? Do I start with my right foot? It doesn't matter. Everything I do is a choice. And, it's my consciousness comes from the creator, but it's my own.
That is a theory as far as like we're tapped into our bodies. Like our spirits aren't actually in our body. It's just like a tuning thing. I mean, what do you think, Matt?
I agree with Kevin. I think free will, one, yes, it comes from the creator, but he also gives us the free will to choose and to grow our consciousness and expand it, or just basically make it worthless, not do shit. I think it's something that we have control over, and we can either use it for good, use it for waste it, not use it for bad, but waste it, and then just have negativity throughout. But yeah, I think it does come from a creator, and he gives us the free will, and we can choose what we want to do.
I agree with that. I think it's just
worded really
interesting
weird,
that 2% of our 2% of our body mass consumes 20% of the oxygen that we take in, being your brain. But okay, so it kind of has to do with consciousness. So we see people that can see. Yourself is based on everything you see through your eyes. That is your avatar. What do deaf people or blind people, how do they picture themselves? If you're like, say someone was blind, because like the way you see and the way you perceive the world has a big thing to do with your consciousness, at least your consciousness of the environment around you. So like if somebody was born blind, it'd be interesting to see how they perceive themselves as their self walking through life.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any blind people.
I don't either. Not from birth anyway.
Or deaf.
No, I don't either.
Not from birth.
I know, but yeah, I know. I've known a couple deaf people, but they just kind of go through life. They figure out how to deal with it, and they do it.
Yeah.
So you think that
it would be. It would be interesting to know how they perceive themselves, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think until we have a blind or deaf person, blind for sure, because weird thing about blind people is they don't see like black. You know, it's something other. I don't know. So I'd like to like actually interview one blind person. So if you're blind and you know how to get on the
To
internet,
interview one. I want one of them.
You got one of those special computers.
get a hold. I would love to interview you. So
Well, it's like that one blind guy that I think was blind from birth, I think, but the guy can ride a bike through a parking garage by doing that. He uses
like
echolocation.
Yeah.
And Matt Murdock, Daredevil.
Yeah, a little daredevil.
This was a
Is
real
everything on
daredevil,
fire?
except for much slower than Mac Murdoch.
The whole world's on fire.
But yeah, that would be interesting because when you think about consciousness, like if someone who was born with either one of those afflictions, really, if that alters their state of consciousness or if it's just a standard thing for anybody, as long as you have a functioning, self-reflective brain, if it really matters.
It enhances part of it.
Because even in your dreams, you perceive everything through there. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting topic. I wanted to talk about it, and I thought we had a good
I
conversation.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
So you chilling out with us, Kevin, or are you dropping off? What are you doing?
I'm going to leave after winners and losers.
All right, you're going to leave after winners and losers. I'm going to change something here. Because Kevin's got some hungry clowns he's got to take care of.
That's absolutely true.
And I'm going to make you a video for that.
Perfect.
But let's jump into winners and losers of the week.
Where's the losers?
Winners and losers of the week, baby. Who came out on top and who got absolutely wrecked? Winners and losers of the week.
Matt, you got a loser?
There's a lot to choose from. I mean, you got the usuals, Jasmine Crockett for being a total idiot and bringing racism into the winner of the World Cup. Because Spain wasn't just the best team. That's why everybody cheered for them. It's because they're racist towards Argentina. And then you got the other one. Who was the other one I said? Ilhan. She's an idiot. You got a lot of idiots. I'd probably just choose Jasmine just because she's fucking stupid and it's really easy.
Yeah. Weekly thing.
That's always, you can literally probably go to that every week and find something she did at least once every week that would warrant that.
I was trying to go away from her and I had a couple ideas, but then it just, my
And she
mind went
just
blank.
pulls me back in.
Like, nope.
You got a big L,
Like it.
Kevin?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the whole Trump administration here. Well, not Trump administration, but the whole war thing that keeps dragging on because, Iran is Iran and they are going to Iran things. You can't make peace with a country that's divided. And you can't, stop saying you're making peace or ceasefires or whatever. I'm at the point just send troops in and kill everybody in the IRG.
That's what I was going to ask you. So are you saying you're kind of at a shit or get off the pot?
Yeah, do something. Like, you can't just half-ass this. Either do it or get out of there. One of the two. Take over that stupid fucking island and put troops there.
Karg.
Karg Island. Or, we can't keep going from $2.90 gas to $3.50 gas to $4 gas.
There's some weird shit going on with that.
Yeah, I agree. And gas, the future prices are bullshit anyways. But still, this shit is, have a plan. Do something. I'm sorry, we can't half-ass it. I'm tired of half-ass wars. You had to have an end goal. I thought that's what this was going to be. Do it. Shit or get off the pot, like you said. This has got to fucking end. One way or the other. Get out or kill everyone. Mm-hmm. One of the two.
Mm-hmm. Can I change my loser?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I remembered who the other one was, and it's better. Sunny Houston from The View.
Oh, The View, yeah.
Yeah, her son, I think we might have talked about it last week, but her son got in trouble for just randomly walking into a place he wasn't supposed to be. And it wasn't like out in the outskirts. He wasn't roaming around. It was in the middle of a fucking city. And he was just like, oh, I'm going to go in here. But he's not supposed to go in there. So the cops got him. And they were talking to him, and he calls his mom right away. He's like, oh, I went to Harvard, and my mom's Sonny Houston, whatever. So Sonny gets on the phone with the cops and is like, oh, yeah, he's a Harvard grad. I'm famous, basically. And they're like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah,
he's trespassing. He's not going to jail, but we still need to give him some paperwork or whatever. Then she drives to the scene and just starts going through the same thing. She's like, I was a federal prosecutor. He's a Harvard grad. He teaches 4th grade geometry or whatever. And
don't care.
He's not one of those. He's not one of those guys that breaks the law. And this is coming from someone who has been nonstop saying forever that nobody is above the law. And then she's trying to get him out of a warning.
A warning.
It's basically a warning. It's like he's not in trouble. He's not going to jail. But she's like, well, can't you just tell him like a slap on the wrist or whatever? And they're like, no, we need to give him the citation or whatever. Not a warning. It was just like a citation. It's like for trespassing, and he's trespassed from here. He can't come here. It's like, well, I didn't know that. It's like, you can't read, Mr. Harvard?
How sad is he's a Harvard grad and he teaches elementary geometry?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he's not an economist, because that's a shit ton of money to be an elementary teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have gone to any public university.
Unless he is still in and he's just like a teacher's aide, or he's learning to be a teacher or whatever. I don't know. Let's see.
Like, I feel like that's worse.
Yeah. I mean, all teachers have to do that, but
my loser is someone whose name I can't find. Thought I saw a story on it earlier. The Canadian lady who slapped I guess she was a teenager, she was a kid, for wearing a MAGA hat, who got arrested and then deported because she had overstayed her visa.
What?
Yeah, her boyfriend came on the internet. Was like, first he was like, I don't care. Like, so, yeah, that kid deserved it or whatever. Then he's like, then he started GoFundMe. He's like, I don't want to lose my wife. Here's what I get. So she overstayed her visa, got married to a U.S. citizen, yet somehow was still too lazy to file for her citizenship. And then she assaulted someone purely for wearing a MAGA hat. They were like, I think she slapped her from behind and walked off. Well, it was on camera, went on the internet. She was arrested. And I guess she might not be deported yet, but she is in ICE custody.
Yeah, she deserves to be. You're an idiot.
So, yeah. You got a winner, Matt?
I don't. I couldn't figure out a winner.
It's the world we live in.
Yeah.
You guys go. I'll think of one.
All right. Well, my winner's me, because I am going on vacation. So fuck you guys. I won't be here next week.
Can I change my loser
I am
again?
fishing for clowns. Clown College.
Your vacations seem a lot like work.
I am hoping I won't starve any clowns this year, and that I catch lots of fish. So
get some killer.
I will be fishing for clowns, clown colleges,
and they thank you,
and they should. So
tuition's pretty low.
Fucking clowns are creepy as shit. So
financial aid.
My winner is either the Supreme Court or the higher court that overturned that one Federalist judge saying that they basically clarified that if you are an illegal alien detained by ICE, that you do not have the same constitutional rights as a citizen. That recently just came out.
What?
Yeah, Matt might be able to look it up, but it had to do with some judge said you can't, because of some right as far as like holding people, that illegals can't be held by ICE or something like that, and they got this person released. And I think it was one, not the main one, but it was a student from Colombia who was all pro-Palestine and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember him.
Well, apparently, if you are arrested and you can be detained by ICE and you do not, you aren't afforded the same civil liberties as a U.S. citizen.
Good. That is a winner.
Hopefully that's true. I saw it on Facebook, so I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I believe everything I see on Facebook. So,
but it was a lower court decision that got overturned. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
a Supreme Court decision or just a higher court, but
probably just higher court that's overturned.
all right, I could be totally lying and just talking out of my ass. I don't know. It's hard to find a loser when I don't ask AI to give me a winner, or hard to pick a winner. It's always good. It's always easy to pick losers.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
losers.
They're so plentiful.
Yeah, they really are. It's like, hey, picking fish out of a barrel, man, or something. I don't know.
Did you find anything, Matt?
Nothing recently, but I mean, it says while undocumented individuals in the U.S. share fundamental constitutional protections with citizens such as the right to due process and freedom from unreasonable searches, they are not afforded all the same liberties. This doesn't say anything about
Being arrested.
ICE.
So it might be a fake story that you just believed. Dummy.
Hey, at least I gave the caveat that I might be talking out of my ass, so that's how I
true.
saved myself.
That's true.
Unless I just looked it up wrong. I don't know.
Who knows?
Chances are I gave the story such bad information that you're incapable of finding the real story because I'm so off base.
Maybe. I don't know.
I would look it up, but I don't want to. Pick a winner yet, Matt?
I
It
don't know.
can be anything, man.
Tom
Anything
Holland.
in the whole world.
Tom
Like,
Holland and
if you
John
got
Berthal.
extra meat on your Subway sandwich or something.
My winner's the Subway
Tom-
guy.
That meat artist gave me all the meat.
Actually, they like me over at Subway. That's fine.
That's sandwich artist, not meat artist.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, okay. No, mine is Tom Holland and John Bernthal because they are going to be, well, they're in 2 movies within 2 weeks of each other, basically. Together, they're both in the Odyssey and Spider-Man that comes out next weekend, which will be my review in a couple weeks. So they are raking it in there. They both made a lot of money in the Odyssey, and they're both going to make a lot of money in they're going to make that Marvel money.
Hell yeah.
I wonder how long it's going to be till that Marvel money starts getting a little rubbery.
Probably.
Hopefully this one turns it around. But is this Marvel money or Sony money?
It's Marvel.
Did they get Spider-Man back? Or
It's
did they
Marvel's
just
got
pay for the
Spider-Man
rights?
for a while.
Oh, okay.
They share it.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
But for Holland, Tom Holland, he can't. I think he's theirs. The character is split, but Tom Holland is Marvel's.
Marvel Superman or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think he can go to.
Well, I think he can do a Sony movie, but they have to. I don't know. There's probably a wash.
It's weird. I don't know.
Like he couldn't be in Venom. They wanted him to be in Venom, and they're like, there's issues.
Well, the universes are a little. But in the multiverse, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Just ask.
I mean, his face was technically in
Just ask James Gunn.
Venom too.
Yes, it was.
All right. Well, fellas,
Well-
just want to let you know I am out of here. I want to thank everybody for watching, listening, and liking and subscribing. If you haven't done it yet, do it, or
Do it.
you're an asshole.
Go out with a bang, Kevin.
That's right. So I won't
Don't
be
be
on
an
next
asshole.
week. These 2 guys might be. I don't know what the fuck's going on next week. But
he's checked
hopefully
out.
something cool. Yeah, I am checked out. So maybe I'll jump on. I don't know. Depends if I'm night fishing or day fishing or whatever I'm doing. So thanks,
How long
guys.
is your
I will.
escapade?
I'm coming back. I'll be back next Saturday.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'll be
Well,
on the road next Saturday, getting in late next Saturday. So
have fun and safe travels, my friend.
Yes.
thank you, everybody. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.
And keep
Later.
that vinyl spinning.
Keep that. All right, bye.
All right, time for Trump Truth of the Week.
Yo, it's the Trump Truth segment. What he say is what he say. Like it or hate it. You know what he's thinking. Or do you? Trump Truth.
And the Trump Truth of the Week is, from this point forward, anytime the Islamic Republic, whether it be by missile, rocket, drone, or any other device or weapon, the United States will bomb and destroy one bridge or power plant, including those located next to or in the capital city of Tehran. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Trump Truth!
Yo, it's the Trump Truth segment. What he say is what he say. Like it or hate it. You know what he's thinking. Or do you? Trump Truth.
Well, he's finally gone, Matt. He's finally gone. I guess that means it's time for Happenings of the Week, brought to you by...
You know, every now and then the universe pulls back the veil and something great sneaks through. Something with a touch of sweet, splash of smoke, pinch of tang, and just the right spice. Something like yummy tummy barbecue sauce, the best dang sauce to hit the grill. Get yours today at YummyTummyBBQ.com. Promo code LostCommon. Get you 10% off your first order. You can thank us later.
Okay, I feel like you did that, Matt. I apologize
shit.
for
That was
our
freaking
total
weird.
awesome professionalism. I probably accidentally clicked some button, but I'm going to blame it on Matt anyway.
I'm gonna blame it on Kevin.
It is Kevin's fault. He's probably
Kevin's-
hanging out in the background just fucking with shit.
Yeah.
First story of the week, the Gulf Coast. So Tropical Storm Bertha hits Louisiana and Texas.
Yikes.
Or is headed for Texas, just as a massive heat dome, which I am suffering from right now, and is not breaking across the central U.S. Tropical Storm Bertha made landfall in southern Louisiana on Wednesday afternoon and began spinning west toward Texas.
Yikes.
Why it isn't expected to pack hurricane force winds, it's dropping catastrophic amounts of rain across the Gulf Coast, with flood watches posted from New Orleans all the way into east and central Texas, and they just got hammered last year. So apparently there's a shit ton of rain down there, which I'm kind of wondering if that's why it's not only stupid ass hot here right now.
How hot is it?
It hit 103 today, and it's humid.
Ooh.
It's horrible. And I'm doing an outside job, which makes it even more horrible.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Gross.
yeah. Pretty sure I didn't almost die, but I was definitely suffering from heat exhaustion.
Pretty sure I about passed out.
Yeah. I was feeling a little woozy, and then I went to the bathroom, saw myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh, my face is like blazing red, and my heart rate's at 155. I think I'm done for the day.
Yeah, they should probably stop.
Did you hear about that? Because they've gotten some pretty massive floods down here due to hurricanes.
I heard it was. I guess I didn't hear it was Storm Bertha, but I heard that you guys were getting hit pretty good down there.
Well, there was a road cam, not from this one, but I don't know if it wasn't Matthew. It was the last big hurricane that hit Texas. There was a street camera or something that showed the street and an overpass, and that water, they weren't getting rain in inches. They were getting rain in feet. And the water had rose. It had to be like 10 or 15 feet because it went all the way up to the underside of the overpass.
Holy cow.
So, I mean, yeah, it's cool to live down by the coast and enjoy all that wonderful weather, but the weather decides to be
Not
a
during
bitch.
hurricane season, yeah.
And that's generally when I go on cruises is during hurricane season because it's cheaper.
Yeah, because nobody wants to go because you're fucking hurricane.
I was actually on a ship in the Caribbean during Hurricane Matthew.
Oh, but that was fun.
We kind of sailed around it and we stopped in Nassau. And I kind of felt bad because I was like, you guys all seem like you're in a good mood. Do you guys realize you're going to get hit by a hurricane in 2 days? I mean, I guess they're kind of used to it, but I don't know how used you can get to a hurricane.
Just stay inside.
But yeah, that's why I've always gone during hurricane season because they are cheaper and less crowded. And I've never actually, other than the hurricane that went across Florida where we lost a day of our cruise, and when we got to the hotel, because we were getting on in Tampa, there was no power. I can't believe they even allow people to travel down to get on a cruise ship like 2 days after that hurricane wiped out. Our hotel, we stayed up in Jacksonville or something like that, like up at the northern part of the panhandle of Florida, and waited a day. And the people we were going with went down early, and they had to get led to their room by a flashlight. There was no power, no AC, nothing. And luckily we waited a day. So by the time we got down there, they had one of those giant pull behind generators and was running the entire hotel off of a generator. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. Like, it was cool that we got on it. It was a huge pain in the ass. I mean, that's first world problems because the people in Tampa were having a much bigger problem. But I was like, why would you even allow people to come in like that? While you're dealing with that, I'm surprised you didn't cancel the cruise.
Yeah, I don't
move the port.
Yeah, I can never wrap my head around why they do that. Like, if they know a storm's coming, they're still doing it. Everything. I understand the money situation, and it's stupid expensive to even have the cruise, but come on.
Well,
be smart. Be smart. Have common sense.
And hopefully everyone's safe. I know they got a bunch of new flood alarms because of that catastrophe that happened last year with those, unfortunately, with those people, those young kids, girls at that camp that got flash flooded.
Yeah, so I remember that. Yeah.
It does seem like they've corrected that problem. So we also have Red Sea escalation. Houthis attacks Saudi tankers as the U.S. launches 12th night of airstrikes. I guess the fallout from the collapse of the Middle East ceasefire is worsening overnight into Thursday. Iran-backed Houthi rebels launched drone and missile strikes against 2 Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea. In response, the U.S. military conducted its 12th consecutive night of retaliatory strikes inside Yemen and Iran-backed positions, keeping global oil markets extremely jumpy and shipping lanes on high alert. Which is kind of like we were talking, like Kevin was talking about with the shit or get off the pot.
Mm.
I mean, that's what I don't understand about. So the oil is still flowing. Like I don't like the government getting into business, but like oil is not a free commodity.
Right.
Saudi Arabia literally sets the price of oil by, like, they hold back production and release of oil. It's like when they set a quota, it's not, oh, we got to reach it. It's you can't go above it.
Mm.
And how, like, gas prices instantly go up the day something happens. And then we're back down to oil prices being pretty close to the start of the Iran war, yet gas prices are nowhere near it.
Yeah.
So did you say back during there, do you think that we should just go in and just say screw it and knock them back to the Stone Age or take Carg Island or?
I don't think I said that, but
No, I know Kevin did. I'm just wondering if you can like what your thoughts on the whole thing were.
I don't really have a lot of thoughts on it, to be honest with you.
Care.
I don't. I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about it to give an opinion. If I give an opinion, it's going to be stupid. So,
No opinion's stupid. I mean, yeah, some are. Some are really stupid. So
yeah.
that's what makes you different, Matt. You have a filter.
Yeah. Well, whatever helps gas prices go down, that's what I think we should do.
Well, I don't want to get slogged down, so it's either do it or do it or don't. One of the two.
Yeah, I don't want to drag this whole thing out. So kind of make up your mind what you're going to do about it. And then if you want to end it, fucking go end it. Everybody's going to hate you, but half the country does anyway. So
second term anyway, who gives a shit? He needs to get it done by the time by 2028.
Yeah.
We can't still be stuck fucking with the rent. Now, I heard rumors that they're thinking of building a pipeline to completely bypass the strait, which, I mean, how many decades does it take to think that that's a good idea?
Yeah.
And it would totally screw over Iran, even though they'd probably bomb the pipeline. So
I was going to say, how would you do that without them just being like, oh, we're going to fuck you up as you're building it?
Yeah, that's the only thing. They're a group of assholes, so it'd be hard to do anything. So,
yeah.
Apparently, there's a national crime split. Federal data shows record drops, but shoplifting and domestic calls surge. Fresh data released today. Well, not today. Yeah, today, July 23rd, by the Council of Criminal Justice shows the homicide in 30 major U.S. cities dropped by an astonishing 18% over the past year, putting the country on track for historic lows. However, the report highlights a sharp divide. While violent crimes like carjacking and homicides are weighed down nationally, shoplifting, property theft, and domestic violence calls are spiking. It creates a weird reality where the macro data shows things are safer, but the everyday nuisance crime on Main Street feels worse than ever. I'm betting that's in certain areas.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know. What does it give you examples of cities? Like, does it say what Chicago's down to?
It just says cities. I use Gemini, and it's pretty
generic.
Generic. Like it's the least biased AI in there, and by bias, it just doesn't. I would assume that because the carjackings and stuff and all that stuff has been now domestic calls. That's like fighting and arguing at home, but like carjacking stuff, that's been huge in these big Democrat-run cities because they're not prosecuting people for it.
Yeah.
Or their kids, so they're like, oh, poor Timmy.
It's not serious, so whatever.
Yeah, so they don't do much. This kind of goes into yours a little bit. World Cup fever reaches climax as Messi's lazy strategy takes the internet by storm as the 2026 FIFA World Cup reaches its absolute final stretch across North America. New FIFA tracking data went viral showing that 39-year-old icon Lionel
Messi.
Yeah, Lionel Messi, I don't know, soccer player, spent 65% of his time on the field literally walking. Only 4% of his time was spent running. Sports commentators are calling it the ultimate work smarter, not harder, blue-collar masterclass, proving that elite positioning beats burning your lungs out every single time. And I don't watch soccer, so I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. It kind of makes sense.
It's basically the equivalent of LeBron James taking off half the season and really not trying that hard until it matters. It's kind of the equivalent of that because Messi is the LeBron James of soccer. Very arguably, he is the LeBron James of soccer, and he's getting older. And yeah, he just didn't want to wear himself out. So he's like, why the fuck should I run the whole time?
Well, I mean, you got to think 39. I mean, soccer normally is a shit ton of running. So I'm assuming he's taking up to where he's going to try to strategically place himself to where there's a good chance for something to happen instead of burning himself out, I guess.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. But I guess people are like, no, I want to see him run. That's why I came here, to watch a bunch of dudes run and kick balls. Not necessarily in the goal a lot, because it's not the highest scoring sport, in the world.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not into soccer.
But there is a actor who played a soccer player who is now an official professional soccer player. He was in Ted Lasso series. And yeah, he tried out for a Mexican team. I think it was Mexico. Or some Hispanic team, and he made it. And I think he got his first yellow card, so they made a big deal about that. He's like, "Oh, I'm an official professional soccer player now. You got a foul."
It's not hard to get a foul in soccer. Well, I don't know.
I know, but he's an actor playing a soccer player now. He's a soccer player.
I'm not pretending. I literally kicked that dude in the face.
Because football is life.
Football. See, now soccer as football makes more sense than our football. I don't even know where the hell we even came up with that.
I
Name
figured it
wise.
out once, but I don't know.
Why did we call U.S. football? Doesn't make any sense. Because really, most of it is with hands. It should be handball.
Yeah, but that sounded too girly, I think, back in the day.
And dumb.
Why do we call American football? American football gets its name from historical roots in the 19th century England, where the word football originally referred to any game played on foot rather than on horseback. It evolved from rugby football and association football. When these games spread to the U.S. colleges in the 1800s, Americans adapted the rugby-style rules and created their own distinct sport. By the 1900s, this uniquely American version had become widely popular under the name of football. Meanwhile, the confusion with the American game and the U.S. adopted the British slang term soccer to distinguish association football.
That's kind of funny. So it's called football literally because people are on their feet.
Yes. And not
So literally any game, they're all football.
they're all football. Basketball is football.
Or it should be basketball, upright ball, pitcher ball. I don't know. Bat ball.
Bat ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be bat ball.
And then hockey should be skate net.
Skate disc.
Skate puck. It's called the puck blade. Possibly. This next story
It's like
kind of
a
hits.
really bad B-rated movie.
Oh, yeah. This next story kind of hits close to home a little because there's one being put up right outside of my current hometown. Texas governor's race heats up in the panhandle over data centers.
Oh,
surprising-
we got data centers here too.
Well, yeah, we got a huge one going on.
They're
Apparently
annoying.
the largest in the country.
Yeah, they're fucking annoying.
Well, and I don't know, everybody thinks it's going to use all the water. They don't realize the cooling system is kind of a closed loop, so it's not like they're going through like millions of gallons of water a day, like literally some people believe, because they don't understand how cooling systems work, but whatever. Surprisingly political battleground has landed right in West Texas, which incidentally is the northernmost part of Texas, but not North Texas. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Gina Hinojosa, whatever,
No.
spent the weekend campaigning through Lubbock and the Panhandle, targeting rural voters over the massive expansion of AI data centers across Texas. Rural residents and farmers are growing increasingly vocal about the strain of these mega facilities placed on local power grids and water supplies, turning high-tech infrastructure into an unexpected common-sense campaign issue for the Texas voters. So that is something that could potentially bite. Who the hell is my governor? Abbott in the ass. But
Damn it ass.
I mean, okay, so that doesn't. So she's up here in the pan. I don't know if there's other ones going in around Lubbock. You think she would have? Maybe she stopped in Amarillo, but like I said, there's a huge one going up here in Amarillo. They're literally building their own nuclear power plant to power it, so it's not going to have any stress on our power grid at all. And like I said, the cooling, the massive amount of water they use for cooling is in like a closed system. Like when you see I'm assuming it's in a closed system because most cooling systems run water through the system to cool, then it goes up to a cooling tower where it cools down and it comes back into the system. It's circular.
Circular. It's a circle.
So, but because we do use primarily because of farming more water out of our aquifer. We have a huge, I can't remember the name. It's like Ogallala or something like that. Aquifer. It's basically an underground ocean. Problem is apparently, and it goes from like, it's huge. It's like Amarillo, like the Panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. It's huge. But we're using it faster than it can replenish itself. And a lot of it is agricultural. So that's another reason why everyone's freaking out about it.
Why is your audio cutting out?
Probably because I'm going in and back and forth in front of my microphone.
Oh, that might be it.
Is it better now?
Yeah. It was just like crackling a lot. And
Well, maybe I was touching something.
stop touching things, Josh.
I'll do what I want. Thank you. You don't tell me what to do.
We're on live.
So I love about this show, I get to be self-expressive to the tens of the ones of people watching. So how many data centers do you have in Iowa?
So I don't know total in the state, but just here in town, we got one on the south side of town, kind of near the airport. They wanted to put it right next to the airport. The airport's like, fuck you. No. So they put it a little ways away. And then they got another one they're doing over by the Palo power plant. That's why they're reopening that.
Is it?
It's a main reason because they're going to put a data center there. And then they're going to also help power the south side one. And it's making a lot of people very angry. And especially when I have to go on that south side of town and then go around the airport, and it's crazy, stupid traffic. So that's
because of all the contractors or because of
construction and the contractors, all the above.
The data center down here, I've mentioned on the show before, they fired like every single person that worked there. So now they're having to like restart. There's nothing going on over there right now. There might be. I haven't been out that way in a while, but there was like just a dead stop to everything going on.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I just can't see them building something, though, that's going to totally destroy the infrastructure, making you would think, I'm not saying humans haven't done stupid shit before, like, we can cut down all the trees and it's not going to matter. Oh, wait, there's no more red cedar for the next 70 years.
Yeah. I need to look further into that because I know I was at my sister's the other day and my brother-in-law and my dad and uncles, they were talking all about the data centers and I was just like, cool. No idea what you're talking about. Okay. I need to pay more attention to that.
It's like, oh, thank you. Yes.
Because they were getting into big details about it. And I'm like, all right.
It's like, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. So, yeah.
So, I'm going to go watch sports now.
It's like, nerd. Bunch of nerds. Well, that wraps up my happenings. Is there any other stories or anything you heard about you want to talk about, or do you want to get into your super long movie review?
Trying to think. What else has been going on this week? I got nothing.
I've been working, so I haven't really been tapped in all that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much.
I think I'm going to start asking for like 10 or 12 stories to get a better mix and then just pick like 5 that I want to talk about.
Yeah, there you go.
Instead of pigeonholing myself, like, hey, give me 5 stories. And then I may or may not give a shit about any of them.
Yeah.
Or if there's one specific, there is one thing I want to talk about because I asked and there is no news story or headlines about this at all. But apparently there's this huge law enforcement crackdown in Amarillo. And I'm not sure if it is ICE related, like they're doing ICE raids or what. But Highway Patrol has been involved in a lot of these takedowns, a lot of these arrests. And state troopers don't really have any jurisdiction in local municipalities as far as like, unless it's like a state warrant and I think the Texas Highway Patrol does have something with ICE.
Got it. It's Operation Summer Shield. Local, state, and federal agencies are conducting a coordinated law enforcement crackdown in Amarillo. The initiative aims to reduce violent crime and gang-related activity by targeting high-risk areas identified through crime analysis. So you got Amarillo Police Department with the Texas Department of Public Safety, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and other federal partners under the Department of Justice National Public Safety Partnership. Highly visible police presence, increased patrols, and targeted enforcement activities in specific neighborhoods. Operational secrecy to ensure the effectiveness of the crackdown. Agencies are not releasing specific daily enforcement actions or tactical details while the operation remains active.
Well, they're arresting a lot of people, and apparently I live in a pretty shitty neighborhood because I had SWAT, Highway Patrol, one APD car, at least 2 unmarked cars I could see with people getting out of the cars that weren't wearing any type of uniforms, 2 houses down from mine, with a Bearcat parked in their driveway and like the entire house surrounded by totally like fully kitted out SWAT members.
What area of Amarillo?
I guess you would call it Avondale area or what's the other word for it? Something to do with golf courses or something. But Avondale, I think, is the neighborhood.
Avendale.
Sure. Avondale. Yeah, I was a little surprised. And they were there for, like, there was a squad car with its lights on there from, like, start to finish. They were there for 6 hours.
Oh. Yeah, the Avondale area is heavily impacted by the recent law enforcement surge because it has been flagged in recent crime data tracking localized violence.
It's always nice to know you find out you live
you live in a really bad area. You live in a bad area.
Well, our area is very like weird. Like you can go over one street and you feel like you might need a flak vest, you know?
Uh-huh.
And we do hear gunshots from time. I heard 2 gunshots last night.
Oh, jeez. It says targeted crime analysis. The Amarillo Police Department relies on data from the Amarillo Regional Crime Center to dispatch patrols to specific zones. Avondale is historically tied to localized criminal disruptions, such as major fatal house party shooting on South Avondale Street and past weapon offenses near Avondale Elementary Park.
Yep. I've heard all of those. Not super close to my house, but the Bearcat was definitely close to my house because I was about to go get my vacuum cleaner and be that person like vacuuming their lawn while just staring down the street because it was literally 2 houses down. And I could have shared the video and the pictures because nobody had it, but I'm not one of those people because I don't need self-gratification by getting a bunch of likes on Facebook. I was like, hey, no. Now, I do like likes, shares, and subscribes. Doesn't make me feel any better or worse, but I feel like more people can enjoy our banter if people do that.
Banter's good.
I was like, this is cool. I'm going to take a picture and see if I can find a news story on it. And I couldn't, yet the cherub found it right away.
Did get it.
And that's why you're so highly appreciated, Matt.
Thank you.
So, yeah, they're cracking down because shit has been getting crazy around here. We've had multiple... like people get kicked out of parties and shit, and they come back with a rifle and just open fire into the building. Like it's been getting rough.
Oh,
that seems like what happens in cities. It used to be like that in the Quad Cities when I was a kid. Like there's a lot of gang shit and like drive-bys and stuff like that. And then like in the span of like a week, the FBI local came in, arrested the shit out of everybody, and then it was good. And then they let it creep back up, and then they sweep it out again.
Well, that's like Cedar Rapids now. I mean, when I was growing up, we hardly had anything, any crime, anything. And now, there was 2 shootings last weekend. They were related. But yeah, there's 2 shootings last weekend with teenagers. And then before that, there was another shooting, I think on the west side. Yeah, it's just crime's been stupid here. And then somebody just posted today a video, somebody outside the library downtown. There was a group of idiots and getting in fights just downtown Cedar Rapids, in a park.
That makes sense.
Stupid.
I always, for some reason, thought you had like a Yakuza or triad problems in Cedar Rapids. I could have sworn I heard that when I lived there. Like, I thought that was a thing.
A triad problem?
Triad or the Yakuza.
Oh, the Yakuza. No, I didn't hear about Yakuza.
I could have sworn that might have been a thing. Maybe not, but
MS-13 for a minute. No.
But that seems to be the way. Like, things get bad, and then people.
It's just people from Chicago, really.
Well, that's what really infects.
Because they literally, people get out of prison in Chicago, and they're like, "Hey, go to Iowa."
Yeah, go over there.
Go to Cedar Rapids.
Live amongst the corn. Yeah, Cedar Rapids has always been a little, not as bad as it is now, but I remember when I lived there. You know what I would love? If they did some kind of crackdown to where there weren't like rollover accidents almost every single day in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are so many wrecks, and it pisses me off because every wreck to me is like, A, you really have to watch it when you're driving around here. And B, these assholes are going to make my insurance go up. Because the probability of getting in a major wreck in Amarillo has gone up like exponentially.
That's crazy.
Because people just don't fucking pay attention. Like, these are like, they have to be running red lights, you know, because these are flipped over cars. There's a lot of velocity there to do that. You got to have a lot of moving kinetic energy to flip a car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like every day. There's even a Facebook page started like, who's that bad driver? And it's all about pointing out wrecks in Amarillo. And there's plenty of content, Matt.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Oh, man. It's something. Well, I think that wraps up Happenings of the Week, which only leaves one thing, Matt. Matt's movie review of the week. Brought to you by...
I churn butter and review movies. And I'm all out of butter.
Matt's churn butter, no butter's better.
We give him the title. He watches the movie. You get the opinion you never asked for. This is Matt's weekly movie review. I like movies.
Hey everybody, this week's episode of Matt's Movie Review of the Week, I am going to be discussing one of the most anticipated and talked about and just conflicting movies of the year, and that is The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. I'm going to start off by saying that I used to be obsessed with The Odyssey and the Iliad growing up. I've read now 3 translations of the books. I hadn't read The Odyssey in probably 20 years, and then I reread it again before seeing the movie. Just to kind of get my bearings on this. And when Troy came out, I was upset because it changed a lot from the movie, but I was also a kid and didn't understand how movies were made, and everybody has their own interpretation of things. And then I realized, oh, it's just a movie. So then now I kind of like Troy, even though it has kind of the same thing. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's not historically accurate. It's nothing like the poem. It is like the poem. It's just somebody else's interpretation of the poem. He basically tells the same story, and you can't really change this story too much. It's about Odysseus, this soldier from the Trojan War, which was a fictional war and a fictional army and everything. And the whole story is fiction. That's what people are also not getting. So, but the story is about the soldier in the Trojan army or Trojan War, and he's trying to get home, and he has a whole lot of obstacles on his way home, And while he's gone, there's a bunch of suitors trying to become the new king of Ithaca and trying to get in Anne Hathaway's pants, basically the entire time. And she's just like, keeps making excuses, keeps fending them off for 20 years because the war lasted 10 years, and then Odysseus is gone for another 10. And I don't think I'm really going to be spoiling anything for anybody because it's a 3,000-year-old story, and everybody has, I would assume, everybody has read the Odyssey or knows about the Odyssey from school, even if it was 20, 30 years ago. So I don't think I'm going to spoil anything. This movie was great. I loved this movie. The first time I watched it, I was being a little bit nitpicky with a lot of the changes Christopher Nolan made. The story with Cersei, which in the movie, it's incredible. It's one of the best scenes, and it was not CGI. I couldn't believe that scene with Cersei was not CGI. But it changes her character a bit and her story, but it kind of does the same thing. She turns his men into pigs because they're pigs. Odysseus makes her change it back, and then learns how to go on with his to go on with the story and how to get home. And she tells him, and then it leads into Hades. A lot of the controversy, I think, is stupid. Is it a perfect movie? No, absolutely not. Does it have the best casting in the world? No. Does it have the best dialogue in the world? No. Do Christopher Nolan movies all have the best casting and dialogue in movies? No, that's not what he's doing. He's trying to tell a story and make it the most epic that he can make it, and the most mind-boggling, and makes you think about movies, makes you kind of feel. And that's what this movie does. It makes you think and makes you kind of understand what this guy's going through. And he's not the normal egocentric Odysseus like in the 1990s TV movie that they made. He's not that Odysseus. He is a warrior who had to do a thing that went completely against Zeus's law, which is basically be kind to everybody and don't deceive and be good to get good guests and good everything. He totally goes against that to win this war because he's like, we've been here for 10 years. Get me the fuck out of here. And so he goes against that. And then he has to live with how he ended this war. And it actually it's kind of good timing that he did this right after Oppenheimer, because both movies are about men that did that they had to figure out how to end this thing, how to end a war or prevent a war. And then they have to deal with the consequences of that. And they both deal with it a little bit differently. But anyway, back to my point. I can go on and on about this movie for all day. So I'm going to try to keep it as centered as I can. So the controversies of this movie, the casting of this movie. Ellen/Elliot Page is in the movie for maybe 5 minutes. Lupita Nyong'o is in it for maybe 4 minutes. It doesn't matter. In a 3-hour movie, it makes zero difference. They did make Elliot's character wasn't even in the Odyssey. They brought him from a different story that's not even a Homer story. It's a Virgil story. It's a character that they basically convinces the Trojans to bring the horse in. They kind of change that character up a little bit to tie it into the story a little bit and make it more important. But it doesn't matter. In the long run, it doesn't matter. It didn't affect me either way. It was kind of funny seeing the first scene of Elliot Page, and you'll find out how she moves. It's kind of funny. But otherwise, it was fine. I didn't even notice it. Because there's so much other stuff going on, and the scale of this movie is crazy, and how he filmed it is amazing. If you can go on Peacock at some point, they have how the movie was made. They do a behind the scenes stuff about how he filmed it with an IMAX camera that weighed like 300 pounds. And they had to figure out how to maneuver around and make this movie as practical as possible, because that's what Nolan does. He doesn't like a lot of CGI. He does a lot of practical stuff. And he did a shit ton of practical stuff in this movie. And it's awesome. He made it to be seen on the biggest theater possible. Now, I saw it in a regular theater, and I saw it in a regular IMAX theater. I need to see it in a 70 millimeter movie theater. That would be awesome because that's how he filmed it to be. So I want to experience that, but we'll see if I can do that in a few weeks. Back to the movie. Again, the first time I saw it, I was kind of nitpicking the differences between the movie and the story. And then I realized, you know what? It's a fucking movie. It's one director's interpretation of the story and how he makes it and his thoughts on it. And it's good. You don't have to agree with everything he does. I didn't agree with everything he did. I kind of questioned a lot of it. But at the same time, it's still a fucking good movie. It's very entertaining. It's a crazy experience to see it, but it's also there are aspects of it, and I can understand why it's so people are so divided about it. How people are as negative as they are about it, like Matt Walsh made like 10 different posts about how much he hates the movie, how he can dislike it that much. I can't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it, but that's his opinion. Ben Shapiro loved it. Even the critical thinker wasn't blown away by it, but he doesn't like anything, so I don't really take his word for a lot, and it took him forever to even do a review. But anyway, yeah, if you can see this movie in a theater, see it in a theater. If you are near a 70 millimeter IMAX, find a ticket, go see it. Please do it. And if you can get an extra ticket, let me know. And yeah, drop a comment in there and I will go with you. I don't care where you are. I will go with you. Again, the main actors in this movie, Matt Damon, it's probably one of his best performances. Anne Hathaway, again, she has a few scenes in it that are, it's great. She's very emotional. She's kind of traumatized because her husband's been gone for 20 years and she doesn't know what to think. And she's trying to fend all these guys off. And she's great in it, but she's great in everything she's in. The woman that played Cersei, Samantha Horton, she's good. She's in it for just a couple minutes, but she's probably one of the best performances in that movie. John Leguizamo, I don't care for him as a person. He's fucking weird. He has crazy ideas, but most of the movies that he's in, I like. I mean, he did a good performance in this one. He's a blind servant, but he was good in it. Tom Holland, he's kind of whiny in this movie, but he did a good job. John Bernthal was Menelaus. He was good. Benny Safdie was in it as Agamemnon. He's just big. He's just there. Zendaya, she didn't have a lot of lines, but she and Matt Damon were the only ones that went to every country they filmed in. They were the only two that went to every single country. And she'd like fly in, see everybody, do a small scene, barely any lines, then get out of there. But she did a good job. She was actually the only person that got a perfect from Christopher Nolan on one of her scenes. And if it's the scene I'm thinking about, she doesn't say a word. It's just her face and her emotions are great. So that was good. A lot of the side casts were good. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. And I should have this written down somewhere, but I'm not finding it. But the cast was good. His buddy there, it was diverse. Yes, it was diverse, whatever. But it was still really good. Is it historically accurate? No, because it didn't fucking happen. It's a story. It's a great movie. I would give this after the second viewing of it, especially in the IMAX theater, I upped my original claim of 9.0 to a 9.2. Is it the movie of the decade like some people are saying? No. Is it the movie of the year? I still say no. I still say Project Hail Mary is my movie of the year so far. This is going to be up there. There's a few things that are going to come out that might push it, but I think it's just going to be Project Hail Mary, The Odyssey, and then we'll see what else comes out. Obsession is up there, but we'll see. Again, it's not the most perfect movie. There's a lot of flaws with it, but as a complete whole movie, I loved it. It's in my top 5 for favorite Nolan movies. Yeah, probably top 5, maybe number 5. 4 or 5, but the movie was great. Go see it if you can. And then otherwise, I will see you guys next week. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. So please put a comment down below what you want me to review next week. Let me know how you like the Odyssey. And we'll see you next week, you cinephiles.
I like movies.
Sorry, I was just all over the place on that one.
No, you weren't just reviewing the movies, you're rebutting some other opinions on it.
I know. I should have stayed away from that and gone straight to the review, so I do apologize. I did not stick to my script at all, but it's fine because I still did review the movie a bit, and I really, really liked it. It's a good movie. Again, it's not going to be movie of the year. It's not going to be movies of the decade. It has its issues, but it's still a good film.
Well, and so
and
it
not
kind of
just because it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh, I'm sure that's not the only reason, Matt. No, it kind of seems like, and I would say, because the one movie that kind of comes to mind where there's definitely like a push on a certain narrative is The Blue Beetle, and I think that definitely, I haven't seen it. I'm probably going to have to wait till it comes out on streaming. But it didn't seem like this movie had any type of push agenda other than the casting types, which I've told you many times, I think are just checking boxes for Oscar nominations that have to be in there in order to even be nominated.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid. You're trying to control creativity, and it's dumb. But like the Blue Beetle, definitely with the way Lopez is, had a huge pushing on sympathy for illegal immigrants, stuff like that. But I still enjoyed that movie. So it kind of sounds like if you just watch the movie to watch the movie, you're going to enjoy it.
Oh, absolutely. That's the second time. The second time I went to it, that's what I went in. I said I'm not going to go into it looking for why people are wrong about this movie. I'm not looking for how this is different from the original one because I already did that with my first viewing. I'm just going into this as a movie, and it's fucking awesome. The visuals are awesome. Again, how he filmed it. Everything is practical. I mean, for the Cyclops scene, I didn't even talk about that. The Cyclops scene, he used a 60-foot puppet, basically an animatronic, for the Cyclops, so it could be as less CGI as he could make it. And there's another thing I saw today. People were mad because one of Matt Damon's stuntmen was a woman. It was a 4'11" woman, but that was for the giant scene that they kind of threw in there that didn't really happen the way it did in the movie and how it happened in the book. But anyway, they were just comparing the sizes, so they didn't have to do CGI because they were going to do CGI for part of that scene, but they didn't want to do all the characters CGI, so they had a lot of very tiny stunt women and men doing this movie.
I didn't realize that Christopher Nolan was, I wouldn't say purist, but kind of, like that he tries to limit the amount of CG that are in his movies.
He does. He is very, and he always wants to keep things grounded. Like even when they were doing The Dark Knight and everything, he could have made things like Tim Burton, who does all this off the wall stuff. But he was like, no, I want to make this as believable as possible. Like this could actually happen. So that's why, like in this, if you read the story of the Odyssey or even the Iliad, gods play a huge role in it. Like Hermes is the one that gets him. Zeus tells Hermes to go down to Calypso's island and tell Calypso to let Odysseus go. Hermes is not in this movie. Sorry. The only god that makes a physical appearance is Athena with Zendaya. And you'll find out why he sees Athena as Zendaya later in the movie. You can figure out why Zendaya is Athena in this. There's a specific reason. And so it kind of does away with all the gods. They still talk about it, and they're still very important, and it's still their religion, but they don't make physical appearances. Kind of like in Troy, you didn't see any gods. You very rarely see the gods in this one too. So he tries to make everything grounded as possible.
Well, like I said, I mean, there are some movies where like I said, this one didn't even based on the previews and even the people talking shit about it. It doesn't really seem like it's pushing a narrative. John Leguizamo,
yeah.
that guy annoys the
say
shit
whatever
out of
the
me
fuck he wants.
because he literally came out and said only Spanish people or Hispanic people should play Hispanic roles. And then he's a huge hypocrite. He does make he's in some good movies, but he's just a huge hypocrite.
He is. He even called himself a socialist Democrat. And then he was doing some interview and he said, yeah, I'm a socialist Democrat. And then the guy was talking to him about it, and everything he was saying was not socialist. And I was like, oh, so if you were actually a socialist Democrat, you would have to give away all your money.
Yeah. I think he's in the waning time of his career. He's not going to get any major leads. And I think he's one of those people that was like, instead of just doing good work and putting out good movies, I'm going to try to stay relevant by just being a douche.
Yeah.
Like he's a shock
Well, and
jockey.
they even, and he is kind of self-aware of that, I think, enough that he did this movie, The Menu. I don't know if you've seen that one, where he kind of basically plays himself and thinks he's way more important and well-known and cooler than he actually is. That's basically himself.
I actually like that movie.
I was shocked that he got put in this, but he does a good job. The Menu is good. And this movie, he does a really good job playing an old blind dude who gets picked on by everybody. And yeah.
He deserved it. He deserves it.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. The cast was good. Even Lupita Nyong'o, she plays two different characters. They're sisters, which was true in the stories, but they made her like twin sisters, and that was not the case. They had different daddies. But she was okay. She was good. I didn't mind it. Again, she's only in it for a little bit. I think
as long as
in it
it's
more than she is.
As long as it's entertaining and pull it together, then it's all that matters. That ultimately, and people can take what they want from a movie. And a lot of times, there's movies that, like I said, they'll have something in there that it's like, well, yeah, whatever. I didn't come here to get preached, so I'm just going to watch it as a movie, and I can still be entertained by the story and not give a shit about what kind of message you're trying to push.
Yeah, it is. And like you said, it's not trying to push a specific thing other than be good to people, be decent. And I mean, again, his Odysseus is different than the Odysseus that we're used to, like the egocentric thing. And he tells the Cyclops that, oh, I'm nobody, so nobody has blinded you. And then at the end, when they escape, he's like, oh, it's Odysseus, and that's why Poseidon gets mad at him. He's still a dick. I mean, he's still an Odysseus dick, and he's ego, but he's not as bad as that. He does kind of shoot the Cyclops in the eye after they escape, so that I think that was his nod to, oh yeah, I can still fuck with you. But yeah, then Cyclops is still Poseidon's son, and that's why Poseidon gets really pissed at him, because he's fucking with his son. But one thing I will say, and I know Christopher Nolan wants to do a horror movie next. He said that a lot. This movie definitely delves into that. Like, the Cyclops scene is horror. The pig scene, the Cersei scene, holy shit. It's messed up. You will definitely remember that scene for a while. But yeah, he's definitely going to delve into horror, but he said he's not going to make a movie for another at least 3 years, he said. So
taking a break, taking some time off to reflect.
Well, yeah, and he said this movie was a lot. It took a lot out of it. So
no, I bet it did. What are there any movies in the pipeline that could? I would be very surprised if something comes out that knocks Project Hail Mary off the pedestal that I put it on. But like, is there
Tom
anything
Cruise
that
has a
chance?
movie Tom Cruise has a movie coming out called Digger, where he's this billionaire guy, and they're doing something. It's kind of funny, and he plays. It's different for him, and John Goodman's in it, and they kind of fuck with the glaciers, and like he doesn't take global warming seriously or whatever, and they're messing with stuff, and then it kind of floods everything, and then there's also this nuclear war that's going to happen, and John Goodman plays the president. That one looks interesting. It's not going to beat Project Hail Mary unless it's completely different than what the trailer said. But
Did you see that in Odysseus? Because I haven't seen that trailer yet.
there's a trailer in the Odyssey, yeah.
Oh yeah, in
but
Odyssey.
you can look it up.
I know the Marvel movie's not going to do it. I might enjoy the shit out of it, but it's not going to. There hasn't been a
Spider-Man,
Marvel
Doomsday,
movie since.
yeah. I don't. Dune
I just can't.
Dune might give it a run.
Maybe.
In 3. We'll see.
I'm kind of getting burnt out on that actor. Even though I like him, I think he's very talented. There's something about it. I'm just getting kind of burnt out on it. Maybe because he's so weird in real life. I don't know.
He's weird, and yeah, he's been in a lot the last year and a half. He's been in a lot. Zendaya's been in a lot. Zendaya said she's going to take a break.
She needs to.
Yeah, Tom Holland said he might take another break. But they just got married, so that makes sense.
Spider-Man found his MJ.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head other than Dune. Doomsday won't. It's going to be awesome, but it's not going to be movie of the year. I'm just hoping it doesn't become a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
With so
I
many
can't see
people.
Marvel ever recapturing Infinity Wars, and what was that? Phase 3 or Phase 4? Phase 3.
That was Phase 3.
I don't think they're ever going to top that. I mean, they could definitely improve on Phase 4, which was total garbage to me.
Yeah.
As far as like, multiverse, we can do anything we want.
Well, in this one, they were smart bringing back Robert Downey Jr. How he's going to be as Doctor Doom, we'll see. And then they're bringing back.
That's the late night show. Okay. Not the normal Thursday, 7:30.
What are you talking about?
Apparently somebody wants you to take your clothes off.
Oh, yeah. You want to see the cherub suit. All right.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
you're
a
going to have
thing.
to wait for the later show. It's the late night.
Common sense after dark.
Yeah. But right now, you get Mongo. You get Mongo. Mongo is appalled.
But yeah, hopefully I saw there's some like low key movies that they come out that look pretty good too. The ones that you don't realize are there till they're almost out of the theater, because even when they're brand new, they get like 2 showings.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
stupid.
Obsession was good. Did you watch that yet?
I have not seen that yet.
That is on, I think it just got put on Peacock. I think I
check
just
that
saw it
out.
on there. And then, so that's on Peacock now. And then Masters of the Universe just got put on Prime. Let's go watch that. And then Mortal Kombat 2 gets put on HBO Max tomorrow, I believe.
I'll be watching that again. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, there was this one movie that they did a trailer for with Jessica Chastain. It is fucking freaky. I can't even remember the name of it off the top of my head, but she plays like this mother, and then this weird like evil version of the mother, and it was the creepiest thing. Like the entire theater just got weirded out by it.
I feel dirty.
Yeah, it's. Ooh. What is it, Jessica? I'm gonna look it up right now because it's bothering me. Holy crap! Other Mommy.
Oh,
So look up that trailer, everybody. Other Mommy.
and prepare to be weirded out.
Yes. Anne Hathaway has a movie with Ewan McGregor coming out where their whole street moves and there's a bunch of dinosaurs attacking them.
I saw a preview for that one. That looks random as shit.
It does.
So I'll
don't know
probably
what to
like
think
it.
about it.
I don't know. I like random movies, man.
Yeah, you do. I do too. There's random ones. But another. Did you ever watch The Prestige?
Is that the?
I don't know what's
magician
making me
show?
think about this one, but it's got Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
Where they're magicians. That one is celebrating its 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary, and they're putting it back on 70 millimeter IMAX for it.
Oh, I don't
like,
like
that's
watching those movies because any of those
kinda random.
bring backs because they make me feel old.
I fucking love that movie.
It was good. One.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones from
It was a
Nolan.
good. One. I did not know that it was one of his.
Yeah, I need to do a top 10 for Nolan movies. The Tenant is not going to be in there.
You didn't like that because you have to watch it 6 times to understand what the fuck's going on.
I think it's just weird.
Yeah, super.
It's just so fucking weird.
I don't even know if he
And-
really knows what that movie's about.
Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. And then what was I going to say about it? I saw a thing today that said Nolan with the Odyssey, he broke a record. He has 9 movies in IMDb's top 250 now. And the Odyssey was like number 59. Dark Knight is number 3. Tenet is not in there because it's fucking weird. Hi. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'm
thanks.
I'm more than a piece of meat. Okay, let's get that
Thanks,
straight.
Tyler.
Old T money.
That'll cost you extra. We should start a Patreon so we can start charging for that.
To get be a new match churn butter segment.
Yeah. Common sense after dark.
Let me get oiled up for the fans because I'm not above doing things for money. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I got to churn that butter.
That's what you were doing before the show. That's why you're on late. Also, why you have huge forearms. Churning butter. Look at that. Those are butter churning forearms. Well, you got anything else or?
No.
Because
No,
everybody
hopefully I'll
gets
give you
to
a
see
better-
the cherub today.
There we go. This is my first time seeing it. It'll be good.
Oh, hopefully you don't hate it. I didn't realize I didn't send that video to you. So.
Yeah, you did not.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Well, this is an interesting topic. If you're jumping on late, I suggest you go back and watch the first topic about consciousness. I felt like that was a good topic. We got into some, not weird conversations, but I'd say deeper, trying to understand what it is. And I feel like we still don't. It's that big of a comment or topic. So,
Yeah. It's huge.
but I'd like to thank everybody for jumping on. Music video for this week is The Cherub, and it will just be me and Matt next week because Kevin's fishing for clown colleges. So until next week, I'm Josh,
And I'm Matt.
and this was The Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common sense.
Common sense. Don't be boring. Be a pirate.
And keep on keeping on.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
Bye, Felicia's.
Keep that vinyl spinning production. Custom MVs from the lost art of common sense. We keep it real, we keep it loud, we keep it spinning. Keep that vinyl spinning production.
Vinyl spinning.
when the curtains fall. I'll cheer for the great ones till my hands get sore. Lose myself completely in a perfect score. But if it's lazy, if it's fake, if it's wrong, I'll tell you straight, baby, I ain't sugarcoating the song. I love this art too much to let it slide, so I'll break it down with love on one side. I'm the cherub, yeah, I'm the cherub. Tiny wings, but a great big heart. I'll celebrate the brilliant, tear the weak apart. Movie lover by day, truth bomb by night. I look innocent, but I'll get it right. You're swinging for the fence. I'll hit pause real quick, drop some common sense. You dropped a stat, I'll check it live on the spot. Cut through the noise so we actually learn a lot. From old classics to the brand new release, I'll tell you what's worth it and what's a waste of peace. I do this cause I love it, that's the honest truth. The cherub's in the building, here's the proof. I'm the cherub, yeah, I'm the cherub. Tiny wings, but a great big heart. I celebrate the brilliant, tear the weak apart. Movie lover by day, truth bomb by night. I look innocent, but I'll get it right. Yeah, I look soft, but I watch too many movies to stay quiet. I'm the cherub. I'm the cherub, passionate heart in a little frame. I love the movies, that's why I call them like they came. I'll guide you right through the good and the bad. The cherub, the best damn friend you ever had. I'm the cherub.